Thank you, Grade Aids. Good evening, Mr. E and Ms. Kutsia, as well as all of our parents. My name is Mr. Galant. I am the coordinator for the COVID-19 protocols at our school. I want to take a few quick minutes to share with you some of our important protocols with regards to COVID-19, especially during this time of the third wave and the immense amount of cases that we are experiencing. It is important for us to make sure that we have the measures in place to secure peace of mind within our school, that our learners as well as our educators and staff members are safe during this time. South Africa at the moment is the 17th, has the 17th highest number of cases in the world, and from every 4 people that are tested, 1 is positive. So if we do work together with your cooperation, I am confident that the measures that we do have in place will support us in mitigating the further spread of the coronavirus in our school. So today I'll speak a little bit about the source of our guidelines and where it is that we get our guidance from in terms of COVID-19. Also, we will speak about our screening process, what it is that we do and how it is that we respond in the event of a case. If a case is reported to us, we will advise with regards to the best form of communication and how it is that you can best communicate with us during this time. And obviously we will allow for questions via our coronavirus hotline. Okay. So just with regards to guidelines, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, with all of the information going around in terms of COVID-19, we do follow strict guidelines by the Department of Education, the WCED, firstly in the cleaning protocols and maintaining hygiene at our school. Also, the department shares important information with regards to provincial health pertaining to our province, and then guidelines from the department on managing the school in terms of when we do have cases. We share information with regards to the responsibilities and roles that each and every individual plays within the task team of COVID-19, as well as the parent as a role player, the learner as a role player, the education provider, which is the school. All learners as well as staff goes through an orientation process, and with the orientation process we follow strict guidelines by the WCED. Our main source of guidance comes from the Department of Health, and this is from the national guidelines pertaining to contact tracing and the coronavirus. On screening, as you know, we do have a very rigid or rigorous screening process that takes place manually each morning, where each learner is asked the COVID-19 questions, as well as where we do our temperature checks in the morning. Well, we have added to this precautionary measure by creating an online health form. This is an opportunity for parents and guardians to do a quick check of the child's health prior to sending them to school. The link is simple. It's I think a reminder is sent every Sunday or the day before a holiday is complete, or the day before we reopen the school, so that parents are able to simply click onto the link and then answer the questions that are posed. Here we're able to see, is our child presenting symptoms? If it is so, it would then be advisable for the learner, the child, to stay at home rather than posing a risk by coming to school. So the invitation through this clip is to ask parents to please look at the link and then to complete it and submit the link. And then if there's any symptoms, please keep the learner at home. In the event of a case, our response steps is as follows. As we have previously mentioned, we have already communicated with parents as well as educators to use our coronavirus hotline. This is an email address which reads COVID-19 hotline. It reads COVID-19 hotline at gshs.co.za. This will come directly to a designated email that is dedicated to receive and respond to COVID-19 matters. When we receive a notification that a learner is at home in isolation due to a parent or a family member in a household that has tested positive for COVID-19, we follow up with a link. Okay, we send the parent a link. This is a coronavirus case form. Once the parent has completed this form and have submitted it, it provides us with very important information, such as when it is that the child was last at school, when it is that that the result was received, if it is a positive result. It also explains to us if it is that the child is showing symptoms, and it goes further to help us with contact tracing remotely. So at the time when we do receive a case and we do receive and once the parents have submitted their online case form, we will know who it is that the learner was in contact with. So if it is that you are a family where there is COVID-19 present in your family, kindly email us through our hotline. We will send you the case form. You will have to complete it and submit it, and it will provide us with an opportunity to do a remote contact tracing, and we will be able to see if it is that your child has symptoms. If it is that your child is simply at home due to being in contact with a person who was COVID-19 positive, that means that the learners who are at school and was in the same class with your child, they are a third party, and through the coronavirus guidelines that we received by the Department of Health, there's no need to take action. However, we want to monitor each and every learner that is at home so that we are able to see whether it is that this learner is experiencing symptoms within day 1 and day 3. If it is that our children are showing symptoms within the first 3 days, this is now reason for us to perhaps call on the contacts that the learner has been in contact with, and then also ask them to stay at home as an extra precautionary measure. All right, this takes us one step. This leaves us one step in advance of the process, and it's also an extra measure of precaution that we have now put in place. With regards to communication, like I did say, the coronavirus hotline is as follows: COVID-19 hotline at gshs.co.za. And you can contact the school with regards to homework, and the best people to speak to is the homeroom educator and the grade head. Now, some of the communication that we are receiving is with regards to close contact. We want to maintain that close contact is whether it is that I have been within 1.5 meters of an individual who tested positive for COVID-19. Okay, the time frame of the engagement was 15 minutes or more. Now, previously we did ask whether it is that the mask was on or off, but now we regard close contact just by the distance and the time, and this will allow for us to do the accurate contact tracing. However, accurate contact tracing is determined by the information that we receive. So we ask parents, family members and friends, if it is that you are in contact with us and you are completing the online case form, please be as accurate as possible, so that we are able to respond in the best way possible, in the most effective and the most efficient way possible, so that we can secure our primary goal, and that is to keep our learners, our educators, and our staff safe here at Curtis Keir High School. I thank you for your time, and I wish that you have a successful week further. Please do stay safe, and remember that the reminders, it can never become old. Wear the mask, keep the social distancing, and also sanitize as regularly as possible. Thank you very much.